Today, we're talking about a piece of software that's not just changing the game in the search for new medicines, it's completely rewriting the rules. We're talking about a virtual lab that works at speeds that are hard to even wrap your head around, and it is fundamentally changing how scientists fight disease. So how does it all work? Well, let's dive in.
For some people, this isn't just a scientific problem. Imagine a young girl, we'll call her Lily, who's battling a rare disease with no known cure. For her, and for so many others, this is a literal race against time. The traditional way of discovering new drugs? It's just too slow and actual lives are hanging in the balance.
So that really gets to the heart of the problem we're talking about today. How do we shatter that bottleneck? How can we radically speed up the journey from just a concept, a molecule in a lab, to a medicine that can actually save a life? I mean, the scale of this challenge is it's immense. You're looking at a process that takes on average over a decade. It costs billions, with a B, of dollars. And it involves painstakingly sifting through millions upon millions of potential chemical compounds. It's like trying to find one very specific needle in a haystack the size of a mountain. It's a brute force approach. To solve a problem that big, scientists realized they had to completely rethink the process. And the answer they came up with is actually a pretty powerful analogy. Think of a disease as a very specific lock. And a potential drug? That's the key. All you have to do is find the one key, out of millions, that fits that lock perfectly. And this is where a brilliant technique called molecular docking comes into play. See, instead of physically trying every single key in the lab, one by one, molecular docking does it all inside a computer. It simulates how a drug molecule, our key, will bind to a specific protein that's causing the disease, our lock. It's basically a digital dress rehearsal for a cure. And when you put the two approaches side by side, wow, the difference is just staggering. Traditional discovery is physical, it's painfully slow, and it's incredibly expensive. But virtual screening is the total opposite. It's digital, it's lightning fast, and it lets researchers test thousands of potential drugs at the same time without ever touching a test tube.
Of course, a digital revolution like this needs a really powerful engine. And for thousands of researchers all over the world, that engine is a piece of software called AutoDock Vina.
So what's Vina's secret sauce? What makes it so special? Well, it really comes down to these three superpowers. First off, it's unbelievable speed. It can chew through a massive library of compounds in a tiny fraction of the time it would take in the real world. Second, it's accuracy. Vina gives these incredibly precise predictions about which keys are going to fit the lock the best. And third, and this is a huge deal, it's open source. That means any scientist anywhere in the world can use this powerful tool for free. And Vina didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's actually a major evolution of an earlier program called AutoDock, built by the very same trusted research group. It's faster, it's more accurate, and it's way more reliable. It's a true next-generation tool. Okay, so how does this virtual lab actually work under the hood? How does Vina manage to sift through all those thousands of compounds and find the few that might actually work? Let's walk through it.
It pretty much happens in four main steps. First, the researchers get the digital files ready. These are the 3D models of the protein lock and all the potential drug keys. Second, they have to define the exact spot on that protein, the keyhole if you will, where they want the drug to do its work. Third, they just let Vina go to work. The software runs thousands and thousands of these docking simulations. And finally, Vina ranks every single result using a scoring function, which is basically a way to measure how perfectly each key fits into the lock.
And that, right there, is the whole point. What's so crucial here is that Vina takes this impossibly huge number of options and filters it all the way down to a small, manageable handful of the very best candidates. This means all that expensive, time-consuming lab work can be focused only on the molecules that have the highest chance of actually succeeding. But this isn't just some cool computer exercise. This process is having a massive impact on the real world. It's literally decoding the future of medicine as we speak. So let's take a look at what that actually looks like. So this number you're looking at, that's a real result from a real Vina experiment. It's what's called a binding affinity score. And in this world, a lower, more negative number is exactly what you want to see. It means the key fits into the lock super tightly, creating a really stable connection. A score like -8.7, that's a fantastic signal. It's the kind of digital clue that might one day lead to a real-world treatment for patients just like Lily. And it's not just about cool-looking scores on a computer screen. These results are translating into huge real-world impacts. Scientists are using Vina to find promising leads for some of our toughest diseases. We're talking cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, asthma. It's also fueling the next wave of precision medicine, helping us design drugs that are tailored to a person's unique DNA. and all the while it's slashing the time and money it takes to get there. But the story doesn't even stop there. The future is shaping up to be even faster, even more powerful. Right now, researchers are combining artificial intelligence and machine learning with tools like Vina. This isn't just going to make the predictions more accurate, it could help us discover entirely new kinds of molecules, things no human has ever even thought of before.
So yeah, the search for cures has been totally transformed. With tools like AutoDock Vina, and now with AI getting in on the hunt, the whole process is faster, it's more precise, and it's all happening in the digital world. And that just leaves us with this one absolutely thrilling question. What incredible cure is now just over that digital horizon?